And I hear a lot of people or a lot of parents sometimes say this is like, "Do you understand?" For a long time, she's like, "Yeah." And then it was like, "Do you understand what do you understand means?"
Yeah.
Kids are eager to please too, because it's how like they want to say yes. And they're also in their own little world and environment. So we had to have a whole lesson on like introducing complicated things. Say, "Do you understand what I'm saying about talking about with this?" And she'd be like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, "There's no way. I made it up. Like, there's no way you would know this. Explain it back to me." That means you don't understand. That's great. That's great. So when you're in that moment, say, "I don't understand."
Welcome to the Captains and Coaches Podcast. We explore the art and science of leadership through the lens of athletics and beyond. I'm your host, Tex and Luke, and today we share the second installment of my conversation with my longtime pal, Luke Summers. If part one was about the journey, part two is where we get into the toolkit. Luke and I dive deep into the psychology of coaching, exploring self-discrepancy theory, how to identify faulty feedback loops, and why curiosity paired with healthy skepticism might be the most powerful combination a coach can have. We break down practical tools for developing self-awareness in athletes, share lessons learned from parenting young kids, and discuss why the phrase "I can't" should always end with "yet." You'll hear about body language, swagger, the importance of teaching people to be proud of themselves rather than seeking external validation, and how to filter criticism like Charles Barkley. This conversation gets real about the lonely parts of leadership, the environments we create for those we coach, and why sometimes the best thing you can do is ask, is it true? Whether you're coaching athletes, raising kids, or leading a team, this one's packed with tools you can apply immediately. Now, let's hand it off to Luke to help us raise the game. Ready, and great.
But it's like I think it's as you're kind of going through all this stuff, I'm trying to think of the what do you because there's threads through all this
Yeah.
stuff. And it's like curiosity. Like if you have a genuine curiosity about your approach, whether of coaching, leadership, parenting, like curiosity of the efficacy behind it and curiosity in the well-being, like what is making that person tick. You know what I mean? Like that's where I think you become relatable. You know what I mean? So be curious, like be genuinely curious about the person. How was your day? What do you like to eat? What's your favorite color? I don't know. I'm thinking like the little kid stuff.
Oh, I
Like
thought you was the first date
yeah, first
questions.
date, basically. Yeah, that'll work. So there's like genuine curiosity, and then there's man, what was I should write down notes like you. Um,
How to win
s-
an influence or the Jupe special?
no, I don't know which one. Start talking about that. Maybe it'll come back to me.
Man, I can't remember the specifics. There's
Hmm.
the big three of the how to win and influence friends.
Yeah.
I forget what it is, but the yeah, Drewski does it better than anybody.
Hmm. But yeah, all that say like there were three things that came up that kind of wove through all of it because like if there's genuine curiosity and the ability to reflect, and there's these three selves that you can kind of chart as an individual. I'm true because where I'm at in my season of life, it's weird. Like we're around people all day, but doing this type of thing when you're kind of starting your own thing, and there might be people who start their own gym. I can only imagine is like it can be really lonely, even though because you're the only one when you're at the top. You're the only one when you're making all the decisions. You're the only one. You can phone a friend and have some mentors, but when it's your thing, your business, it's your livelihood. It's a third child in my case. Your captains and coaches, your baby in your case. Besides the fur babies, but like there's skepticism as well. So that was the other one. It's like curiosity and skepticism. And it's just like it pulls you in opposite directions because if you because as you I think would agree, I'm just like a natural skeptic. I like to think I'm skeptical. I'm like prove me wrong, but I'll be wrong, and except for a couple of our long-term arguments. But like, and the reason I say, like, if I think there's a healthy type of skepticism where if someone does label you as lazy, an overthinker, a perfectionist, these things that that people can latch onto and let them stew and bake and become their identity. Or you could just be skeptical and be like, am I lazy? You just like think about it, reflect
Hmm.
on it. What what does it look like to not be lazy? Well, I do that. Like, or whatever, you know? But
Hmm.
like we're going back to like when, and it's tricky because if you have a good coach and then you're dealt a bad coach, you go back to, I think you had mentioned this. You listen to your coach, you trust them just from the title. So now they start to throw negative terminology or destructive or whatever term I can't think of right now. Like there's this destructive feedback
Hmm.
that is chipping away at the identity of a kid or a teammate or an athlete or an employee, you know? If you don't have that skepticism, you have nothing but full trust in coach because it's COACH. I don't know.
Yeah. So where then you create your own. The problem with that is you create your own feedback loop because the coach is not. They're not reinforcing it properly. So they may label or target the whole team of it's the laziest team I've ever coached. When in fact, there's multiple people on there that are resentful of that statement and know for a fact that they are not lazy. So then the people that maybe they don't know what hard work is, so they would accept that label and they create that faulty feedback loop where they are I feel like I'm pushing as hard as I can,
Mhm,
but it's just not good enough. You see the same thing in the classroom where a teacher who's trying to help says, "Oh, this one's really easy. You're going to get it." And it doesn't click for the kid. So their immediate thought is, "Oh, this question is easy. I don't understand it. I'm stupid."
mhm,
Um, so what there are certain characteristics that you want intangibles that you want to highlight and then look for it instead of label the effective team because then you're building resentment for the kids that actually are doing it right. You're mislabeling and I did my best. It still wasn't good enough. This probably isn't for me. And then the kids that are actually lazy, like they're probably searching for boundaries. They're probably searching for this. They did that so they can get coach's attention. And coach finally acknowledged me when I was an F up.
mm,
So guess what I'm going to continue to do subconsciously? F up so I get attention from authority.
mhm.
Um, and I mean, I played with dudes like that.
Yeah.
And two different coaches. So the same dudes would just continue to F up because I mean, technically got out of practice because they were just doing laps for 2 hours happily,
Mhm.
but they would play in the game. It's like, dude,
Oh, well, yeah.
um, but that's a whole different conversation. So yeah, but that's why healthy parenting because you're creating the proper feedback loops,
Hopefully.
hopefully, um, in place.
Mhm.
And I mean, what's interesting is getting to know the parents, like living and coaching in the community, getting to know the parents. And this is why Kid Strong was cool because you got to know the families. Um, I mean, you see the behavior patterns. Like if I had kids from middle school in through high school, like you knew them well. You knew when the parents were together. You knew when the parents were not together.
Mhm,
And like it, that's what Kid Strong really benefited me is just reflecting on all the problem childs.
mhm.
And like, well, I knew the freaking families forever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, violent divorced, and
Yeah.
now here they are at 16, and they're barking back at me, and I'm trying to help them.
Yeah.
I blame the kid,
Yeah.
but what's also cool is they're playing college ball, and then come back in the winter to come lift weights. I
Yeah.
can have these conversations with them.
Yeah.
because they're, which is going to help them like understand their lives later and know what good relationships are because they models were not the best at
Hmm.
home. Um, yeah. So, yeah, faulty feedback loops. But then that's where you choose to believe what people are saying on the internet. You choose to believe the ought, and then you feel bad about yourself, and you start to create the feedback loop of shame and feeling sorry for yourself is what's perceived and going on outside in the world. When, I mean, it's just the people that are uh, maybe do think Luke is a great public speaker, but they're not telling you it. But somebody is saying how bad you are and commenting on your Instagram post, and you choose to believe that. That's that gap between ought and actual self.
Time out. Let's take a second to talk about the Old Bull Training Program. This is an online strength and conditioning program that I'm writing for myself and handing to you. I'm a former collegiate athlete, strength and conditioning guinea pig for the last 15 years. I'm feeling every game, I'm feeling every training session and exploratory work that I've been through. Now I take all those lessons and the feeling and the pressure and the corrections, and then I hand it off to you. What I love most about the program and highly encourage people to do is film their lifts, post it into the feed, and then we give them fast feedback to help them correct those lifts. Why I love that, everyone else gets to see those lifts, they see the coaching cues, and they're starting to learn and develop their own coordination and maybe seeing something that someone else is doing that they can feel for. That's the beauty of this program. It's constantly evolving, and we're having fun there. That's also the thing. We're having fun. There's a great leaderboard, and people are finding others to compete with. I love the program. I'm out there doing it with you, and I encourage you to train with me, not for me. For a free trial, 7 days, click the link in the show notes. Try the Old Bull program. And now, back to the show. Ready, and break.
Is there a way to like inventory or identify if you're laying down one of these loops?
Yeah. So this is um like uh shame lies, and you have to determine if they're true or not. And I've told this story on the podcast multiple times, but I love it. So it's Charles Barkley. I heard him on Bill Simmons' podcast, and and he spoke to his rookie year. Charles Barkley would, this is pre-social media, he would read the newspapers of all, like, whatever town they're playing. If they're going to Boston or Chicago, Barkley would read what the sports writers wrote about him from the previous night's game, and he would get all upset and pissed off. And so, what the NBA had before um, was old veterans on the end of the bench. Knees were given out. They didn't get a lot of minutes, but they taught the young guys how to be professional athletes. And so, just so happened that Chuck's mentor on the team was Dr. J. So, twilight of Dr. J's career, start of Charles Barkley, and he just saw him get all flustered, and it would affect the next night game because he's running these stories through his head. So Dr. J, one, asked him why he's reading that. He's like, well, and two, like, okay, well, is what they wrote true? And Barkley would be like, no, but they wrote it. He'd be like, stop, it's not true. So if they wrote something that's critical of his game, then Jay would help him practice that, shape it, and that's why he became one of the greatest players of all time. So he took what was critical and he turned it into just playing better and being a better professional. But if it wasn't true, just ignored it.
Mhm.
So he was aiming. He took those uh, what was true about his game and he aimed towards the ideal and worked on his game. And if it was that ought, that shame, just push it off.
Yeah.
So your filter, is it true?
Yeah. Skepticism.
In a sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, in a positive light,
Yeah.
which the word can be used positively. I like to use the word argue positively.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, you you nail it. You've been doing this the whole time. Confabulation.
Welcome to, or thank you for listening to my podcast. Mhm.
So you just shame, is it shame lying to you inside your own head?
So you got to inventory these things. Well, I guess you got to be aware of them.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got to track them. You got to figure out which ones keep popping up. Then you got to figure out what environmental factors are triggering that.
Uh-huh.
And then you got to inventory them. And then you got to learn how to ignore the ones that are just, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So that's the three layers that I'm focused on, is that self-awareness into thought process, which is psychocybernetics, into the self self-determination theory, coaches creating healthy environments. And if you don't have a coach creating a healthy environment, be a leader, create it for your team.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been on those teams too, with the anarchist, freaking dictator, enforcer, low support coach, and we came together as a team. So you don't need a coach. You can't use that as an excuse to not be a leader.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, in the psycho-cybernetics, that's that thought process. So if you're focused on the negative, he refers to it, and this is from the 60s, like a cybernetic organism. It's like a computer that just knows how to do. You're a nerd. I don't understand the stuff.
Nerd.
Coding. So his example in the book to lead off is a torpedo. If you have a healthy, happy, positive program in there, and your torpedo goes off 1 degree, well, that's my goal. It's going to redirect back on course. But if it's a negative thought, if your default is thinking negative, then it's going to be, instead of, yeah, I said my goals over there, but I got all these negative forces just pulling me there. What is the self-fulfilling prophecy? I always fail. I'm going to go off. So you just get attracted to all the negative
Mm-hmm.
versus like, I'm off course. I'm going to get
Yeah.
back on course.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So where I used to be, the creativities and the connections, like read something in this book, go to sleep, and then pick up this other book, and then you're going to find a connection, which was cool for mapping out and Charlie Daying all these
Yeah. What
different
we were doing at the,
methodologies.
yeah. You were doing at the time, I should say.
And but yeah, now revisiting the book on just how he uses visualization. So then the tools, and I haven't quite found a way to make this cool, but um, like relaxation and visualization, he called it mental theater. Like, haven't quite figured out how to make 16-year-old boys like stay focused on that.
We'll get, what is it?
So relaxation would be the first one, like calming down and then visualizing
Mm-hmm.
your success, individual sport or as a team, and just, yeah, just focus. Still
Well, for what, that's why I don't turn the radio on in the car. That's all I do in the car.
focus.
Yeah. And at times ruminate, not like the help, like things go wrong and you just go over and over and over on it. But what I try to, when I can catch myself doing that now, and it becomes, rather than like rumination and it becoming unhealthy, I start to analyze
Yeah,
and track the torpedo, right?
that's what I'm saying.
You get back on course. Okay, what do we learn? What do we learn? Analyze it. Analyze it. But yeah, I mean, from everything in life. I mean, I don't know how old these listeners are, but if you got a job and let's say you are a coach or boss or whatever, and you got kids and you're a husband and you're a friend and you're engaged in all five of those capacities, like there stuff's going wrong in every domain, and stuff's going right. And it's like, when I discipline my kids, when I'm driving, I'm reflecting on it. Like, okay, did I do it correctly? Did I give them enough warning? Should they have known better? Do I need to apologize? And they're older now, so like I kind of, when they're young, they don't even know what's going on. You just kind of yell at them, they cry, they get back.
Cue B-roll Poppy running around in circles.
She knows exactly what she's doing. Uh, But you can have, like it's cool now because at 6, at least with Ruby, Poppy, uh, you can have a conversation with her
Hmm.
about it and, like, revisit it later, like, if it's getting out the door and it gets
Listening to
stressful.
coach.
Yeah. You like and it, like, ingrains, And going just tell a quick story, daughter's on sideline cheer, and God bless the coaches. These moms are volunteering their time, and these kids are hard to deal with because 'cause they're 4, 5, and 6, and I know that struggle intimately from our Kid
Hmm.
Strong days. Um, and, they're not totally tooled up to do it from, just like a coaching methodology standpoint, but they have the technical knowledge on cheer, and the girls are having fun. Like, it's not intended to be a critique. It's just being informed and watching. I digress. I go to one practice one day, and my daughter is just, like, goofing off, not listening to coach, and I was furious, ashamed, embarrassed, like, all these things, and, like, emotions are high, and that's when logic is low, and what do we call 7, 8, 9, 10? You're telling me,
Oh, I
uh,
mean, just boiling point. It's your limbic.
limbic state.
You're not listening to anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fight,
So I was
flight,
like,
freeze.
I was borderline, like, about to say, "We're never cheerleading again. Get in the car, and you're never having, like, candy. And guess what? You're stuck in your room all day. And, like, I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy. You ruined everything." But I was just like, I realized at that point, I'm like, why do I feel this way? Like, why am I so? Because you've seen a million other times I've been with those kids, and they're like crazy, and I don't feel that way because I want them to be wild. Well, I think there's like a sacred relationship between athlete and coach, and you respect your coaches, like, more so than your parents. And I found like it finally snapped, and I said, "Hey," I pulled her out and I said, "Sorry, coach, I gotta talk to her." And, like, she's like, "Please do, because this place is fucking crazy." All the girls were melting down. And I explained, like, "Hey, you have a responsibility when you sign up for the squad. One is to your teammate, like, you don't let them down, and the other is you will always respect your coach and you do what they say, more so than mommy and daddy. When we're here, like, that's what you do. Your coach is sacrificing everything for you to get better, and you owe it to them to listen." She's like, "Yeah, okay," like that. And she goes back in and messes around again. And then we get to the end of practice. And I'm just like, when I point at you and I do this, it means get in. What's it called when the cheerleaders stand at attention? What was
I,
she? You
I,
asked her what it
I
was.
did. I don't
Remember?
remember. I think it
Whatever.
was at attention.
Yeah, maybe. It's just like they stand and put their hands behind their back and, like, look up. I go, when I do that, that means look at your coach and just pay attention. And she, like, did it once or twice. But then afterwards, she wanted to go play on the playground. I'm like, no, get in the car. We have to have a talk. And she's bawling and bawling and bawling. We get home, we lay in bed. And I just said, "Hey, here's the rule from now. You're going to go to practice and you're going to respect your coaches. And your punishment is I'm going to remind you every day, respect your coaches." Do you know what that looks like? It looks like when your friends are goofing around, you might get pulled in, but you step away and look at your coach and stand still,
Hmm.
and then pick up with what they're doing. That's what respecting your coaches looks like. Saying please, saying thank you. These are the things that I want to see you do. And when you do those things, then we can go on the playground. Like, like that's what I want to see.
Hmm.
Can you do that for me? Yes. And then now she understands it. Now, she's also 6, and just like the girls go haywire. There's no way she's going to be the only, like, German shepherd sitting on her haunches, at perfect attention when kids are, like,
Uh-huh.
playing taco burrito or whatever that cheer was.
Well, here's my coaching critique. The
Hmm.
whole thing.
All right.
When they were paying the most attention is when it was the most silly and fun on purpose.
Oh yeah.
Can you utilize that to their advantage?
Yeah, of course, dude. That was the whole product of Kidstrong,
I
right?
know, I know, I know.
But,
Anyway,
yeah, but that's
so you
interesting
were
though. Let me ask you this: what's the analog or comparison, for a 6-year-old which is my life right now? Like, if it ain't fun, it ain't happening, type deal. For the most part, if there's not fun woven in or a clear moment of fun ahead, the thing ain't happening. Whatever it is, clean your room, brush your teeth, blah, blah, blah. That's why bedtime is the hardest. It's always the hardest because there's no fun thing. We get to read a book, but my kids are like action oriented. Like, if we read the book, can we light it on fire then and like dance around it? Like, that's what they want to do. So that's why I think bedtime is so hard because like everything, and maybe I'm doing this to myself because everything is woven in fun or has like a reward system, and not to say it's like candy or like TV time or anything like that, but it's like something they want to do,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
Um, and I shouldn't say bedtime's the hardest. Some days it's really good. Yeah, but all that to say, like that's the system for 6-year-olds and 3-year-olds. And for the audience, I'm not talking about my youngest daughter because she doesn't know anything. She's a crazy. There's
Cute
no
puppy
containing
running.
her. No containing her. And I love it. First child, second child, I guess. But now for an athlete, like I guess, our philosophy used to be like you shouldn't have to do that because the prospect of being the winner is enough to be disciplined, right? But that's not like the
It's
case.
it's not.
No, that was a happy path that no one ever walked. That was like a huge fallacy with like,
I mean, it
what do we
sounded
used to
good.
say? Yeah.
Effort is assumed.
Yeah. Effort is assumed. Yeah. Douchebags. We're such douches.
I concur.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell you that doesn't work
Yeah.
firsthand.
Yeah.
That led to a lot of the conflicts I
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
with guys.
Yeah.
But now it's humorous stories that are working to my NSCA presentations.
Yeah.
Movember. This is hilarious.
Go. I
Kid,
better laugh my ass off.
yeah. Um, Kid, he's a college athlete right now. He notoriously loses his temper. And so during a change of direction conditioning, very clear instructions, and he was front row. So 40 dudes, he got the message. If anybody, it's like if you're changing direction, you face me. So we get both equal left and
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
foot versus becoming an ampute turner.
Hmm.
So that was the run rule, and he was deep into the conditioning. Right foot, right foot, right foot, right
Yeah.
foot. Blew the whistle. It was our time. We're resting. All right, everybody breathe. It was just like Ryan faced me the entire time, and he was fatigued, so he barked back and be like, "Wow, that's a gay mustache." I was like, "Okay, you just effed everybody." We all so
I did laugh.
yeah. I mean it. To in his defense, it did not suit me.
Yeah.
I was doing it for Movember,
Yes.
and
And he
okay,
jammed you up on it.
jammed me up on it, and then
What is it? It's ad hominem, right? What do they call it when it's like goes to personal insults? Yeah.
I don't know. But the next day, we're lining up to start our warm up lap, and his brother and him are the front row, and his brother is glazing my mustache. He's like, "Coach, you got a great mustache. Love it, dude. Keep it going. I want you to get it through November into December." And he is just glazing me to give his brother a hard time. And then I just started bawling, laughing.
Yeah.
Like,
That was funny. I can't believe you got me to laugh. I don't laugh at anything you say.
I know. Um, so needless to say, like all the conflicts I utilize to now, okay, here's where it went wrong. So still analyze and then trying to turn it into lessons for when coaches have similar conflicts
Mhm.
where that was out of line. One, you can't make that reference.
Mhm.
If you made that reference to a ref, we're in trouble.
Yeah.
Two, uh, like you have you are selfish in that moment because the rest of your team is going to have to run
Yeah.
because of your decision making. So it hurts you. You lose your playing time. It hurts your team because they're all suffering because of it. And then I can't remember after practice if we closed the loop or not, but I remember the day after because it was just funny.
Yeah.
Um, but with Ruby, I mean, you were clear on what it is. You're not saying pay attention, period. This is what respecting your coach looks like. One,
Mhm.
two, three things. So you were clear versus having a clear picture in your mind and not articulating it and then setting her up for failure.
Yeah. And there's also a lot of work we've done too. I don't know if I'm cutting you off as you're saying that. And I hear a lot of people or a lot of parents sometimes say this is like, do you understand?
Well, we learn that speaking. one of the most valuable lessons. I referenced this speaking with Logan on his podcast
Oh yeah.
about presenting, but I'll
Oh,
finish your sentence.
uh, and like for a long time, she's like, yeah. And then it was like, do you understand what do you understand means? you know?
Yeah.
And so like I had to break that down with her and let her know, like, hey, if daddy's telling you something and you're not sure what to do next, say, I don't know what you're talking about, you know? So,
Mm-hmm.
so like, cause kids are eager to please too, cause it's how like they want to say yes. And they're also in their own little world and environment. So we had to have a whole lesson on like introducing complicated things. Say, do you understand what I'm saying about talking about with this? And she'd be like, oh yeah. I'm like, there's no way. I made it up. Like, there's no way you would know this. Explain it back to me. That means you don't understand. That's great. That's great. So when you're in that moment, say, I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here to help, you know? So going back to respect your coaches, when we had that talk, and it was like after everything, like as is tradition is, do you understand? Explain it back to me. How are you going to behave next time? So that like kind of closes the loop going to, I guess robbing the term you just used different context, but like then I felt good about it. But then I don't trust her to remember it. So we like worked on it, work on it. Yeah, work on it. So
Yeah. Well, the advice that I referenced that we got, it was 2016 seminar in Nuremberg, and the HQ team attended and
mhm.
then went to Oktoberfest with us
Yeah.
afterwards, and gave us the like we were asking for it, but I mean, just a very clear, candid feedback
Yeah.
on presentation
Critical
skills.
feedback. Yeah.
Critical.
And there's compliments too, but
Yeah.
you hear the
Yeah. Well, we ignored those. We
mhm,
deleted those.
mhm,
So connecting to that, we asked, like, does that make sense? Or is that clear? Do you understand? And they're like, don't do that.
mhm.
Stop doing that. Because effectively you're bullying people into saying yes, they understand, and they don't.
Yeah.
It's it takes a lot of balls to raise your hand in a group of 60 people to say, can you clarify that, please?
Yeah.
I'm not following.
Mhm.
So then aiming not to do that, but I catch a lot of coaches doing that. And then no kid wants to.
Do you think it's a group only? I mean, what about your one-on-one?
I'd have to observe one-on-one. I mean, I can ask once coach asks, do you understand? And they keep messing it up.
Yeah.
Because then coach gets mad and then they run.
Yeah.
Um, so I mean, I had to observe, but that's a trap. That's a common trap. But then just thinking of the Bloom's taxonomy, Bloom's
Mhm.
learning
Yeah, Bloom's taxonomy.
taxonomy. I forget if it was the right term. Yeah, remember, understand, apply. Repeat it back to me.
Mhm.
That's the first step. If they can't do that, it's clear that they don't understand.
Mhm.
So if I take that out of my do you understand? If I just ask them, hey, repeat back to me the instructions on how to pass, or what are you supposed to do on this play? Draw it up for me real quick.
Mhm.
Then if they don't remember it, I can't get mad at them for not understanding. But I would hold the mirror up first, personally. But if I was very intentional and clear, and maybe 6 out of 10 got it, then I'd look to those other four and be like, okay, what's up?
Yeah,
They probably
triage.
would. Yeah. Um,
You're talking about Logan. What else? You said on
uh,
Logan's podcast.
that was the CrossFit
Oh, okay.
feedback. Shared that they said that, which was cool because I mean, when the Russells observed us and then the Euro team observed us, I mean, straight pros. Like,
Yeah.
here's some feedback.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Finally.
Um, yeah. So, what I liked, and I try to use another tool from Kid Strong to wind us down here is a lot of that self talk and the reprogramming. Because by 16, 17, 18, there's a lot of negative in there. Getting it from peers, getting it from home, getting it from themselves. Um, so are you bringing self-talk tools to the kids now that you're not getting it consistently from kids strong classes?
These ones,
Yeah.
the crazy ones. Yeah, oh yeah,
So
yeah. I
what
mean,
can a normal person do in their home?
I guess it's awareness, right? It comes the big ones. I can't. We just there's no I can't.
Oh, I love that for the high schoolers. We don't use the C word. They're
Yeah,
like, what?
yeah,
Can't.
yeah.
It's funny.
I don't know how yet. Can you help? Yeah, yeah. Like lots of praise when they ask for help. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't do it. Uh, can't do it because I can do it. How come you can't do it? Well, I can't do it yet, Daddy. You know, so a lot of that, the positive self-talk. Oh yeah, like the other thing, and this might have been like back in the day when I was on Instagram, I'd scroll dad stuff. I haven't been on social media a long time, but I'm proud of you. I try not to say that. I try to say, you should feel real proud of yourself because, and if there's like, why? Well, what do you think? Do you think just the other night, Poppy, who's the one who doesn't know anything, she's crazy. She's part wolf child. She's great. And, she's the funny one. But Ruby went to cheerleading. Ash left. It was me and Poppy. And I go, all right, babe, go upstairs, play with Barbies. I'm going to do the cleanup. She goes, can I help you? I go, I would love if you help me, you know? And so she did all the dishes. She cleared because like girls left theirs when they left, and she cleared the whole table, did all the dishes. I mean, she did a terrible job. She's 3. They were not clean, but she didn't want to put them in the dishwasher. She wanted to hand wash everything, put on the drying pad thing over there. I'm like, oh, great job. And, like after bedtime, come down, put them in the dishwasher. All that to say, she did. I mean, but all things considered, 3-year-old does this. And, in the middle of it, when she's not looking, I come over, give her a little like, we use like, or have our treats are dark chocolates, like 80% cocoa or 60 or whatever. I just give her a bunch of candy. I go, here you go. She goes, what's this for? And we're like, not a candy family. We're weird. We don't have TV in our living room. We don't eat candy. Like we're weirdos, I guess, or normies. I don't know, depending on who's listening. And she like it. So that's a big deal to just get random chocolate on a school night. It's usually special occasion stuff. I go, you're helping out. I didn't have to ask. You volunteered. That should make you real proud. And she goes, why, Daddy? I go, do you think any of your other preschool classmates just did the dishes by themselves tonight? She's like, no, like there's no way. Those idiots. I'm like, but you did. And I didn't even have to ask you. And that's something that you should feel proud of. You know, Other kids don't do that. That's a big deal. That's big girl stuff, and it's just like made her night,
Mm-hmm.
and then you look for that repeated behavior. For her, it flames out. She's the ebb and flow. I don't know if anyone's listening has kids and they have like their lovey thing, their softy. Poppy's always she's dating. She's not monogamous. She's all sorts of lovey. So she doesn't stick to one thing over and over again. But when she goes through her seasons, I support it. Ruby on the other hand, she's like clockwork. So that was a big one that made a lot of sense to me whenever I read it. It's like, why do I have to be proud? Like, who cares if I'm proud? I mean, I do care. I am proud, and I'll tell them that. Um, you know, so the growth mindset piece, like, yet they should be proud of themselves. Don't worry about what other people think. And then now we're getting into like kindergarten where there's bully stuff. So we're working on with Ruby. If somebody comes up, and it's not like, it's probably not bullying. It's just like, it's a new social dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
There's just new level of social awareness for a 6-year-old that there just wasn't when she was 5 or 4. And someone will be like, I don't like your drawing because that kid does not like that drawing. Like it's not malicious. They just don't like that drawing. But then to the other kid, it's like, you know, it's
Yeah.
a personal attack.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, babe, like, you're not drawing it for him. So you say, I don't care. I love it. Like,
Did you learn that from a song?
I did. I caught him pop. And so like it finally worked. And like it took like 40 times because kids just say dumb stuff. And she'll come back and tell us and be like, she goes, you know what I said? I'm like, no clue. She's like, I don't care. I love it. I'm like, no way. It's like big celebration. So now like the neighborhood kids around here and be like, I don't like your bike or something. I don't know what they even say to each other. And she's like, I don't care. I love it. So like it's I think that's a good defense mechanism for her because like people are going to say mean. But now I'm going to have to wind it down to maybe they're right. Maybe it's going to be something you don't agree with, but it's a coach or a friend, and you're just like,
That's like your opinion,
yeah,
man.
exactly. It's like a Lebowski moment. But I think, you got to just layer these things in. I don't know how we got on this topic. You asked me,
Closing down.
oh
So
yeah,
there's
yeah, like the kid stuff, like kid strong positive self-talk.
changing the inner script.
Hmm.
So the self-talk, and then there's also body language. And I use conditioning to effectively train self-awareness and body language.
Hmm.
So making them aware of where their body goes during fatigue, which is going to make them more coachable. And then I want it in the fourth quarter when they're like, look at those guys on their knees.
Yep.
So I'm banking that for games,
Hmm.
but it's going to take time. So that it's twofold. One, it's emotional management in that sense where I am tired. I acknowledge I am. I'm going to ignore that and act, which is the last one here, is act as if. So swagger is a term I love and throw around because it's like it doesn't matter if you're 6'6" or 5'6". If you got swagger, you're just walking around like you
Yeah,
own the
it's
place.
noticeable.
It's noticeable. So that presence that you walk onto the field with or into a room with, just act as if you're the freaking man.
Hmm.
Like, who's to tell you otherwise? If the ball's in your stick, it's for a reason. Like, if you're marking up against the guy with the ball, it's for a reason.
Hmm.
So, like, trying to instill that. So, one, creating the script in your mind. Two, posturing, uh, creating the body language. Like, you're ready for it. You own it. You are responsible. And then, effectively, the management when somebody does try to pop your balloon or does try to come after you, you still believe what you're saying. You still believe
Hmm.
and hold the posture.
Hmm.
But it takes reps.
Yeah, oh, yeah. And it makes sense.
And it's just practice. That's 4-6 hours a week,
Yeah.
a season.
Yeah.
The rest of
You have all
the
that time to
life.
either undo it or embrace it, right?
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's a good title for the episode.
Write that down.
You're hired. uh, it's past your bedtime.
Oh yeah, well past. Oh Lord. Oh, good God.
Well,
Look at that.
we'll end it here. Um, I forget how we used to end it. So
Big gulps, huh?
I do have a gift for you.
Okay.
So you have to tell that joke.
What? Which joke?
One of them.
Moth walks into a podiatrist's office, says to the podiatrist, Doc, got a problem. Doc says, what's up? Moth says, my boss, Gregory Olinovich, he's just been riding me at work. And Doc, my wife, Maria Gastinolojova, she's just always angry at home. And my son, uh, Carl Ogolinovich, he's got the cancer. And the podiatrist says to the moth, he says, sounds like a lot going on. You should go see podiatrist. A psychiatrist. Why are you seeing me? I'm a podiatrist. And the moth goes, well, because the light was on.
Time out. Tex here at Train Heroic headquarters, meeting with the team to talk about the coaching experience that I'm able to provide for my athletes. So if you're a coach and want to put your program out there on an app that athletes actually enjoy using, Train Heroics for you. I've been using it since 2014, delivering literally over tens of thousands of workouts to athletes, and the Train Heroic allows me to provide the unique coaching experience
That I want to. Uploading video, providing coaching feedback, directions, and building a community. That's why I love Train Heroic. And if you want to take your athletes where they can't take themselves, that they want to go, head to trainheroic.com/captains and check out how you can deliver programming to them. And now, back to the show. Ready, and rip.
That's not how it goes, but it's close enough.
Norm Macdonald
Ah.
left that in the office way back when.
Which one? What's in here? Anything good?
I don't know.
Oh, this was going to be my traveling journey. Oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a cert book. Uh-huh. Man, I got a moleskin upstairs that's going to be scary to open one day. Here's Heptonstall, me and Heptonstall, June 13th, 2018. Big plans then. I was getting married. I got married 4 days prior to this. So this Harry came in town for the wedding, and this, oh boy, symposium planning. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Fuse, Army. So here came the Reebok. We had a lot of irons in the fire. That could have been really big. Could have been really big there, Tex. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Callie got me this as a gift. So you just regifted Callie's gift,
Uh-huh.
which I
you
think is
left it.
more meaningful.
Yeah. Taste it, Callie. Yeah, it was left in the office. So I scooped it up.
Yeah.
And I've seen you for, years since then.
Yeah.
So I don't know what held me back.
No, thanks, man. Well, Tex, I know how we used to sign it off. Well, that was another episode of Captains and Coaches podcast. And, do you ask your listeners yet for 5-star reviews every episode?
No, I'm bad at that.
Yeah.
This is me
And then you
ignoring my own rules.
Yeah. And then do you because you do also do your pre-roll. They know who, because remember,
I will introduce you. Yeah.
But do they know you?
Well, I started doing solo shows.
Yeah. But you think like your biggest fallacy here is that everybody listens to every show in the order that you record them.
Also true. And here's a mind-blowing fact. Was it only 18% of podcast listeners listen on podcast platforms? So YouTube is just dominant.
Mm-hmm.
Where YouTube, there's a high likelihood people wouldn't find me in order.
Yeah. Yeah. So like it could be their very first episode. And then from this one, they'll probably go back to 16 because that one slapped.
Well, that was my
Tex let me do the
highest.
whole episode with my fly open.
I didn't notice. I was up.
Why would you not? I want you down here. That's what good bros do.
Yeah, that's another seminar joke. Make eye contact.
Uh-huh.
It's not weird unless if you.
It's only weird if you make it.
It's only weird if you don't make eye contact.
Yeah, I don't. But that was manual resistant butterfly.
Still use that one. Yeah. Well, I would appreciate a review.
Yeah.
And
here's what I would appreciate. Like, do you know who listens to this? Like, this is what I opened up with. Like, do you know your listeners?
The audience?
Yeah. Do you talk to them?
Some reach out.
How many?
Not enough.
Yeah. But let's say 50.
50 total?
100. Sure. Maybe 100. Let's say 100. Well, and you have reviews. Thousands. There's thousands.
There are thousands.
So here's what I want. Here's my appeal to your listeners who've made it this far in this episode.
No, this one they are. Because they probably think of another movie reviews coming. What are you doing tomorrow?
That's the bonus scenes. I'm curious. I am dying because also as Tex has been going on this journey, I've kind of been consulting such a douchey term, but like soundboarding on like who's the target audience, who do you think you're going to reach, like who are you going to appeal to? Because it's going to be some parents, hopefully some captains, right? Definitely coaches. I would say is probably your predominant listenership and viewership.
Uh-huh.
is just my guess. But I'd like to I'd like to hear I'd like you to I would like your listeners to send just like a user story. Who are you? What are you looking for? I would love to read that because
Well,
I've
that's great.
Mhm.
I'll set up a form, put it
Yeah.
in there, because my individual,
And what do you want out of it? Because what I
yeah.
think what these listeners and anyone who's maybe new and loyal to you probably don't understand is that like you're really like you've proven to be an unstoppable force in this thing, and I just think back to our early endeavors on like coaching responsibility and philosophy. I never took it too seriously because like I guess I knew in my heart of hearts like I wasn't in it for the long haul. This might it was like a flash in a pan for me, the power athlete days, let's say. Um but not you, dude. This is like life mission. And like if people you will give the people what they want. Maybe not how they want it, you know, because I would guess that the folks listening here are like looking for things to apply, like in your newsletter, like here's the 3 things to apply this week and give it a try. I would hope that's what they're looking for, but maybe they're not. And maybe this is a good appeal to do some user research and let's see who's listening. Like, are there moms listening? Like, is there a mom here listening to try to coach her son? Like, I don't know.
Well, I don't know if I told you this. I may have told you this over the phone, but I was coming home from a lacrosse game. It was the last game of the season. Couldn't hold anything back, and we lost.
Hmm.
I'm coming driving back from Liberty Hill, which is like way north Austin. And so I stop in north of Lakeway,
Taco Bell.
Chipotle.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can't
Chipotle.
believe we got it. Same, cultural cuisine.
Yeah, but probably more healthier.
I would agree. Taco Bell.
I could tell you when I went to Taco Bell last.
All right, tell me that after the story.
Okay. Anyway, so I walk in and there's a family sitting down at like the tables right next to the entrance. And I was dehydrated. I was pissed the season's over. We're
Yeah.
done. And I'm just like sad boy season walking in. And then this mom with her family makes eye contact with me and she's like deliberately staring at me and like awkward. So like do the like look twice to like make sure like okay, she actually is staring at me and then she stands up and walks up to me in line and is like, "Are you train heroic?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm on train heroic." And then she just went into her whole story. So she took the methodology and
Mm,
started to coach her son. And then I met her son, freshman in high school, that she was coaching up. And then she brought all of his friends in because it was middle school at the time. And they had a terrible sport coach weightlifting experience. And she just took charge because
it's like I'm gonna do this myself. How hard can it
she
be?
was a fitness coach.
Okay.
So then just brought weightlifting tools for athletes to her garage gym and then just coached up her whole son's team, and then they're just dominating at freshman sports.
Hmm.
So then met her husband and told her, "Yeah, this is what I'm doing now, captains and coaches. Like I got a podcast. I'd love for you to listen."
Yeah.
Um, but it was just hilarious. Are you are you trained heroic? I'm on Train Heroic. So thank you to our sponsors, Train Heroic.
Oh
I'll,
yes, yes,
I'll time that plug up.
dude. What a crazy story with Josh. Obviously not gonna share it, but all it just re solidifies that guy is so cool. Like that's what I love about that place. It's just like good dudes,
Uh-huh.
great dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But needless to say, she was very grateful. And that is the exact thing I needed at
At
that
that
moment in
moment.
time
Yeah.
to be like, oh, there's a difference made.
Hmm. So was that an ought self? What type of self was uh mopey mopey Tex after a big loss?
Oh, definitely should. I was in the shoulding all over myself.
Hmm.
We should have done this. We should have done that. And it was the last game of the season.
Yeah.
So our seniors were all crying and upset and like, oh, this I'll never play again. And I'm like, dude, I told you that in February.
Yeah.
Start trying.
Hmm.
So I was
in that, yeah, idiots. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
like, oh, coulda, yeah. So when's
Yeah.
the last time you had Taco Bell?
Oh, one of our alumni games, like college, where we tried to be college again, and then all of our stomachs were upset, and it's like, this is not
What'd
gonna
you
work.
order?
Oh, I couldn't tell you that.
You
I
didn't
can
get
tell you
chalupa?
no.
Dude, chalupas are legit.
I can tell you the Taco Bell I went to
Okay.
next to Marymount.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, we
So you don't
were
even know what you got? Like, listen, I'm talking like how good chalupas are. Like I've had one recently. It's been 30 years since I've had chalupa. Like I don't know.
we yeah. We used to hang out at Sonic in high school and go to Taco Bell for fights because it
Uh,
was right on the border of Katy and
like
Katy
UFC
Taylor.
fights.
Sure. These stupid arguing
Dude,
matches.
Mexican pizza? Did you get a
I
Mexican
remember
pizza?
Mexican pizzas.
That's what I'm saying,
They
dude.
took it away.
What? No, you're out of your mind. Someone validate right in email. I think, dude, I've been having Mexican pizza since there was black olives on them, bro. Food court, Fox Valley Mall. I think
And
T-Bell's
then
best
when
fast.
did you stop?
Like I was like,
Fast and Furious 1?
yeah, no. Oh man, was I eating T-Bell back then?
Oh, you called it T-Bell?
Oh, I would call it T-Bell. I probably was because my boy Dolan was driving his Mercury Mystique during Fast and Furious 1. Those are definitely T-Bell days.
T-Bell days. I had in high school, drove a 1984 Mercedes.
And
Whenever I went to fast food, I had to turn my Mercedes off
uh-huh.
so that they could
I could hear
take
you.
my order.
Yeah, dude. I was a big T-Bell guy, Burger King guy.
We were Wendy's. We were pretty hardcore
Yeah,
Wendy's in
Wendy's
college.
legit. I was not like a McDonald's guy. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I think I ate all these things. Dude, I had to have eaten Taco Bell in college. There's like no way I didn't.
I definitely did. It's
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah. I remember in high school. But anyways,
We did pizza buffets in both high school and college before games.
uh-huh. Oh man. Anyways. Oh, grilled stuffed burrito.
Oh
Pretty
yeah,
good too.
I'm in.
Dude, if I were to go to T-Bell right now, grilled stuffed burrito, steak, obviously. Mexican pizza, chalupa. Dude, chalupas are so good.
Cinnamon twist,
No, you don't get that. You get breakfast or dessert tacos.
dessert tacos.
Yeah. Dude, that one of my you seem like a bean burrito type of guy.
Oh, so you're the bean. I'm off the bean.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm off the legume again. I just am not eating or drinking water, sleeping, those types of things. We're in we're in a season. Good thing I've weathered uh I guess choppier seas in my life, I think. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a fun one. Anyways, this is the stuff we could probably do for another 2 hours.
I know.
But if anyone made it, I don't even know if you're gonna keep this part. But
Yeah, of course.
all right.
Yeah. We'll. I mean, I aim to make this trek at least once a year,
Sweet.
and then
Yeah, we got to get to a point where we can get to Austin. The girls want to go. So
there's a lot there.
we got to figure it out.
We will, and we figured this out.
Yeah.
'Cause we had no plan.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to do it how many different times?
Yeah. I can remember I kept telling you like the day can get away from me, man. And sure enough,
you were correct.
it's been a squirrely week. But pleasure as always, McQuilkin. Again, I am, for all the talking we do, I'm very impressed with everything you put together here and how much more you have to flesh out.
It's grown. We're a year plus, so.
All right. I can't wait to read those emails.
Yeah, I'm interested too. Those are the solo pods.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye. For real. Get in here.
Hello. Hello. Nang nang is there.